Guys, welcome back. It is bright. I have my window open. I'm getting some sunlight because it's my favorite kind of sunlight. It's the cloudy sunlight. It's like real bright, but there's no sun. It's all overcast. Um, so yeah. Anyway, also my cat is over there enjoying the sun. Damn it! I shouldn't have said nothing. He's coming. Hide. Okay, I have to. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay. Aquarius. All you need to know right now. Alright, let's see. What does Aquarius need to know right now? Alright, new job or career, Aquarius. New job or career, family matters, disappointment in some affair. Oh, it's magic. That's not what Okay. You guys are in a silly mood. That's good. Yeah. If you partake, happy Valentine's Day. Or to us, it's just another Sunday morning. You got the Tower. Oh, Shiesty. Alright, let's get one more. Alright, a period of ill health or depression, and then a wish will not be granted. It feels like, Aquarius, there might be a new opportunity coming in a different, it's going to be a different path. And I feel like, unfortunately, it is going to be disappointment because I feel like this wasn't the path you thought you were going to go on. It's actually making me a little bit sad. I don't know if this has something to do with the move or something having to do here with, I am seeing something like a conversation that's going to have to be made with family, like when there's a big move coming, right? And let's say you're married and you have to speak to your spouse, or let's say you're not married and you have children and you still have to speak to your ex-spouse because you guys share a child. Let me just, a little too bright, a little rainbow bright there. Right? And every situation can be different, okay? But I do feel like there's going to be family matters are going to need to be taken care of, conversations that are going to be had, because I do feel like there is a move that's going to be made here for this new opportunity to be had. I do feel like like I said, you're going to have a disappointment in some affair. I do feel like this is taking you down a road that you didn't think that this was where you were going. You've been working at something for a really long time, or you had an image. Don't mind my cat. He's about to become a bird. I feel like you guys had an image of your mind in which direction you wanted to take your life. And I feel like the universe is saying, like, look, we get what you wanted and why you wanted this, but we're taking you somewhere better. And maybe not even, yeah, I am hearing better. Like, it could be that you guys are making more money. The bathroom door is open, honey. He wants out and he thinks he's locked in. I just feel like it wasn't what you thought you were gonna, where you were gonna end up with, or where at, but it's going to be almost somewhere better. I keep wanting to make the exchange even, like somewhere different, but still as good. Every time I do that, I keep hearing, no, it's better. It's better. Okay. I do feel like this is going to be a tower moment for you. It's going to be a bittersweet moment, almost like it's going to be a bittersweet moment where you're like, wow, this is amazing, but at the same time, like, this is not where I thought. Look, I keep wanting to like cry for you guys. It's going to be a bittersweet moment. It's going to be like, well, this is an amazing opportunity, but at the same time, like, this is not where I thought my life was going to go. That's why they always say don't put expectations on anything, right? even if you have your own business, things can turn in a heartbeat, right? You could be offered to be bought out when you thought you were going to live your life, your whole life in a certain business. Or maybe you started in school thinking your whole life, I'm going to be a doctor, and then it turns out that you end up falling in love with something else, and your path, your actual life path, is meant to go on, let's say, I don't know, uh, the study of plants or some shit. I don't know. I'm thinking of like trying to think of like the extreme opposite of a doctor, right? And somewhere where you have to like travel, and it's like to the jungles, and it's something very different. It's not what you thought it was going to be, but I feel like it is still your life path. Like, people who study plants and do those things are looking for cures, and they're looking to study. We don't study shit for no reason. Like, we study them to understand them better, right? Even a tree, people just understand it as a tree, but if you sat there and studied it, a tree has components that are literally it. We, us as people, uh we mirror exactly what a tree looks like, with the veins and the roots and everything. If you look inside if you see an x-ray. And I also saw like they did this reel where they showed ashes of a human body. It looks literally like stones. It looks like this. It looks like this. The ashes of a human body once it's been like, you know, you know. That's what it looks like. Literally, we're pure energy, living in pure energy, right? And so we study things to understand them better, to learn better, to understand why the body does what it does, to help humanity, right? Except for the Grinch, who's like, solve world hunger, tell no one. Oh, he's my spirit animal. Anyway, um, and yeah, I feel like this is gonna bring in a period of depression. It's gonna bring in a period of where you're gonna have to, um, when you have an idea of what's something that's become part of who you are, an idea of is part of your ego, an idea of, even like when you're married and you've been married for so long, that's a part of your identity. And you have to go through an unalive process, because you're unaliving a part of your ego that you thought was a part of you. um, and so you're going to go through an unalive process, and there is going to be a deep depression here. Some of you guys could actually physically get sick. Remember, whenever we get sick, that's our body releasing things. We don't get sick just to get sick. Why is it that there's people that walk around a whole room of sick people and don't get sick? Right? And then all of a sudden, there's people that get sick constantly and don't even go out. It's because you're meant to, like, your body is ready to release things. And if you're somebody that's healing a lot and is going through a lot of healing, there's going to be, you're going to be catching shit from nowhere, because your body releases that way. When you get a fever, you're burning things that don't need to be in your body anymore. All right. So I do feel like this moment is going to be bittersweet. It's going to be what is it, cathartic? Cathartic, or like Ron says, you're going to suffer, but you're going to be happy about it. Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just like, dude, when I heard that, I was like, okay, okay, okay. All right, let's clarify new job. I know, big change is hard. Life is hard. 3D is hard. The only thing you can do is accept the ways as they come in, right? Or enjoy those little moments where you're like, when you get a chance to just sit there and the water is still. At the bottom of the deck, we have Six of Swords, detachment. Yeah, I feel like you guys are moving, or you guys are detaching from something that has been very personal to you. I feel like it's been something that you've been working really hard at for a really long time. Or it was part of your identity. Like I said, this could be something that you've been wanting to do a really long time, and it turns out that it's just, and you thought it was going to go that way and it's not going that way. And at least for now, like, it doesn't mean that it can never happen. It just means for now it's not going that way. Let's clarify new job. I even heard some of you guys, it could be a position that you guys have been working really hard at getting, and you guys are going to get it. But it's because there's some strings attached. So there's something else that's better that's coming your way. And for some reason, the cards don't want to speak. You're going to suffer, but you're going to be happy about it. Come on, guys. Okay, thank you. The Nine of Cups, satisfaction. Yeah. You guys are going to be able to reach, you guys are detaching. So you guys are going to be able to reach, or you guys are there now. I feel like you guys are becoming emotionally sovereign. You guys have no attachments to people, places, and things that don't resonate with you. You have control of your emotions. You have control of yourself, of who you are, of what you believe in. And so the universe believes that you are now ready for something higher. And I think that you were actually aiming, for you were aiming higher. But the universe is like, no, you're aiming too low because you've never actually gone higher than what you thought, right? You've imagined this glass window above you, but we're seeing the glass window up here. So we're actually going to elevate you higher than what you wanted, because that's not actually high enough for us to elevate you. And it's because you reached, hi, honey, come here. Come on. Come on. The bathroom door is open. I don't know what they're doing. They're very, I don't know what the word is. Sensitive. They're very sensitive. And because of that, because you've been able to allow yourself to be emotionally sovereign. And I just heard again, I've got no strings. Da, 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 da. Yeah, nobody can puppeteer you, right? What would the world be like right now if Nikolai Tesla was able to do all of his inventions and all of his studies without having been puppeteered, because his money was coming with strings? When he was doing his string theory, when he was doing all of that, when he was able to harness Earth's energy, not only did they scrap it, but they took all that information and hid it from the world. Don't think they didn't do anything with it. They absolutely did, and they're still using that information. What they did was they hid that information from everybody. Only certain people got to learn the information that Nikola Tesla could have given to the world, right? But they said, nay, nay, it's our money. You do what we say. And so that's why you're being moved somewhere where you're not going to have any puppet strings. Yeah, the Empress, you are so creative. You have so much, anything, you can birth anything at this point. And you are going to birth something that is going to be detrimental to the world right now, but even later in the future. In the future, it's giving like Terminator, like where the things that you're doing now or that you're going to do now in this lifetime, it doesn't mean that they're not going to make a difference in this lifetime, but the big differences are going to come for future generations, for your children, your children's children, for their children. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that's going to help. I just heard win the war. Oh my gosh, what are we talking about here? Yeah, disappointment and summon fair. With the Eight of Swords, you feel imprisoned. You feel like there are strings attached. It doesn't matter, even if this is a relationship, if this is a job, if this is, let's say even like you're trying to build a platform, and where you're trying to build, there's too many strings attached. You're being too silenced. You're being too muted. You're not able to say the things that need to be said. And to change this world, the truth needs to be spoken out without censorship, right? This could be a number of things. Hi. Okay. And you're in prison because it's almost like on here when I say unalive, when really there's a word for it, and I should be able to say the word, but I'm being treated like I'm a fucking 5-year old that should be censored. Why? 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 You know what I mean? Like, we're being censored. It's a control thing. It's not even a respect thing. It's a control thing. Like, I was having a conversation with a friend, and we were talking about food stamps or SNAP benefits. And I don't know if you guys know this, but you're no longer allowed to like buy soda or buy, what was it that she said? Energy drinks and stuff like that. And I was like, that's absolutely ludicrous. And she was like, I agree with that because it's unhealthy. And I go, you know what? First of all, it's nobody business what somebody else eats or does or whatever kind of relationship they want to be in. If they want to drink a soda and be unhealthy, that is their prerogative. Second of all, if they actually wanted to make food healthy, they would start with things that are the most unhealthy, like meats and milk and all the hormones that are being put into there. Soda is the least of people's problems, right? It is a control tactic, right? It is one, it's like, oh, well, you are benefiting from us on the state, so you don't get to have fun or do good things. Like, you can't have candy or pop or whatever it is, right? I don't know why I said pop. I think that's like from New York or something. I don't know who says pop, but I know we don't say pop. So I don't know if I'm reading for someone in New York. Is that from New York or is that California? I can't remember. But it's a control tactic. It's not, it has nothing, they don't give a shit about your health. If they gave a shit about our health, guys, they would not have just doubled people's premiums on health insurance or cut, the government help, how the programs or X, Y, and Z. There's so many things we can go into right now, but it has nothing to do with health. It has all to do with control. That's what it is. And that's the whole point. The more that they can control you on dumb shit, the more they can keep you stupid and pissed off about dumb shit, trying to hide other things that are going on. Anyway, I digress. I'm a Cancer, super conspiracy theorist. But those conspiracy theories come from somewhere. They're not unreal. I just go way deep. So we'll move off of that because I could stay here on my soapbox all day long. Let's clarify Tower. There's going to be a Tower moment. It's not going to feel great. Hello. Page of Cups. Inventiveness. Yeah, I feel like you're going to have to start from scratch and you're going to start. It's almost like you're clearing the board and you're going to have to start from scratch. It's almost like somebody came in. You know what it's giving? It's giving, Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory when he's always working on his theories and he writes them on the board. And then I think in one episode somebody comes in and erases it. It was like a cleaning lady and he loses his fucking mind and he has to start all over, right? It's giving that. But not only are you not working on string theory anymore, you're actually working on like design. Like what? What? But you have no strings. They're like, go ahead, draw what you want. Yep, that's beautiful. That's amazing. You want to say that? Go ahead, say what you want. It's almost like liberty through pain, unfortunately. And then Page of Wands, venture. You're venturing into a new somewhere. You didn't even know that this was an option. And you have right now, you've been waiting and it felt like what you were working towards was not coming, and it's because it's not coming in the way that you thought it was coming or even in the same subject. Sorry, I need to answer this. Yes. It's just not coming in the way that you hoped, planned, wanted to, or even in the same arena. And this is going to cause you a little bit of it. You're going to have to go through a loss. You're going to have to go through a loss, unfortunately. It is going to be cathartic, or it's going to be, bittersweet. Because it's something new and it's going to be amazing. And I feel like this is actually going to bring you the abundance, or at least the comfortability that you've been needing, and not have to silence your voice, not have to silence who you are, not have to. I never saw that. What's that? 101 Dalmatians. What is it? Cruella. I never saw that movie. I've seen like little blurbs of like where they all make dresses and she just goes around and is like hideous, and cuts them and like If that was her own clothing line, would you have to do that? No. No. You're catering to some other bitch's taste. Like, fuck that hoe. Sorry, I'm gonna chill. I'm getting very fiery. I have a lot of fire in my chart. Clarifying Nine of Cups, iceberg. This is something that's gonna start small, but there's way more beneath the surface. Um, this is something that you actually already have inside you. This is something that you didn't even know was something that you have available to you. It is an art that you already have available to you. And when I say art, I don't mean drawing necessarily or anything like that. I mean, it's something that you already have. It was just dormant in you, or you had never tried this before. And this is in your buried memories. This is actually something that was it hasn't been passed down through lineage because nobody has ever reached this level of intuitiveness or even freedom to be able to do this. You have, or you're reaching it, right? And because of that, your ancestors are giving you this as a gift. And so this is going to move you into where you need to go. Clarifying the Empress, Eagle, challenging the status quo. What did I say? Longevity, regal, proud. This is bringing in new opportunities, new hope. You're gonna see clear vision, perspective. It's gonna be like you step in. It's almost like I keep giving movies. I do a lot of movies because I see a lot of movies, and it's that movie with Bedazzled where he wishes for new lives, and then he goes and he wants to be like rich and whatever, and he's like, "Yo no hablo español," and he's like, ¿Cómo hablo español? All of a sudden he knows Spanish because he's a Colombian lord, right? And he's like, how do I even know? So it's like almost like you're stepping into it and you already know the language. It's like, wait, how do I know how to do this shit? It's because it's a gift that was passed on, is being passed on by your ancestors. Past, present, future. Yeah. Yeah, and this is something that's also gonna be, and I'm getting again, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to do what you want to do. You might be able to do that for funsies or to be able to incorporate it, but the right way, without any strings, Pinocchio. Clarifying the Eight of Swords, imprisonment. Yeah, you're moving to your true north. You're discovering a new land. This is your true life path. You're going to be seeking truth and giving truth. You're moving from your south node to your north node because you have mastered your karma. Know where you're going more than make a plan. Yeah, you're going to be exploring. With clarifying the Page of Cups, which is clarifying the Tower, is coffin. Yep. There's a chapter that's ending here. There's something that's ending here that you've been wanting, you thought was going to be a part of your life, and it's not. It's going to be inactive. You are going to be discouraged. You are going to feel like it's going to be a unalive process. You're going to feel defeated, but you're not defeated. You're being aligned to something higher than what you thought was your high. Yeah, but this is done. This could also be a breakup for some of you guys. But there's no future here. It's not going to grow. And then clarifying if ill, yeah, fuck, self-interest. There's self-interest here. There's people working behind your back. There's deceit. Somebody might be redheaded. You could be redheaded, but I feel like there's somebody that's working behind your back. And this is going to be sudden and unexpected. There could be an accident here. I don't feel like that's for you guys. But there could be a release here, a cut. You're going to liberate yourself from this. I do feel like you guys have strings on you, either with a company, a relationship, a job. Something here has strings on you, and that's done. That's done with, right? You're done. And you're going to go home. You're going home, which is your home, house, and home, right? Where you unite and you're happy and peace and everything. You work, you do what the hell you want. Nobody tells you what to do or what to say, right? Oh, Aquarius, this is beautiful. This is an ending. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. All right, Aquarius, if you guys are sensitive, I would log off now. I do like this deck. It does give you a swift kick in the butt when the energy is really heavy. So we're going to do that. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. You need some fucking alone time, and you know why. When I get this card, it's because I'm really in a bad mood and I'm being a bitch to everyone. I've had this deck for like 5 years, so I know what's happening when they come out. Or it warns me that that's going to happen. And when I wake up feeling like that, I'm like, I just stay in my room because I don't want to take it out on my kids, right? You are going through some tough shit right now. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. Yeah. Man, I feel like we're all going through it right now. Life has been really hard. Life is really hard, but it doesn't have to be harder because of someone or something else making your life miserable, right? If your heart's gonna be life, if your life is gonna be hard, at least make sure you're causing it. Look, shit is about to get real. You need your people around you. Yeah, shit's about to get real. Also, detoxing. You might need to detox. Yeah, ripping off the band-aid. And there's a reckoning coming. Y'all better get ready. Y'all better get ready, Aquarius, because there's a reckoning. And the last one says, you are loved. You are here for a reason. Don't fuck it up. All right? All right, Aquarius, I love you guys so much. And the last one says, stop trying to change people. You do you. That never works. Yeah, stop trying to change people. That shit never works. You do you. All right. I love you guys so much, Aquarius. I hope this helped, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.